Hi guys, what's up and welcome back here to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. You're a returning subscriber. I see you guys and I appreciate you guys, okay? Thank you for clicking on that video. I appreciate the effort, okay? So you see my face for the very first time. My name is Jacinta. We just vlogger, it's just YouTuber, based in Plateau State. On this channel, I film content around beauty, relationship, lifestyle, and faith. So if that sounds like something you want to see, you can just scroll down my channel to see the videos that I've uploaded, and I hope you enjoy and you like what you see. So without further ado, let's just get to the business of today. So today I'm just talking about something quite emotional, quite touching, quite real, because it is actually as real as it gets. So I don't know if you guys remember, there was a time where, okay, so let me just tell you guys what I'm just talking about if I delve into it. So I'm just talking about bullying, insecurities, how I dealt with mine, what happened to me, and just the whole story going forward, right? So if that sounds like something you want to hear, keep watching. So first of all, I'm not even an emotional person like that. Yes, I'm not an emotional person. You know, this mic is not covering. I'm not an emotional person. So if you're kind of scared that I may just start crying at some point, calm down, calm down, calm down. Hard girl, right? Don't worry about me. I'm not going to cry. I'm not emotional like that. Yeah. So I'm going to be telling you guys because it was something that scarred me for the most part of my life, and I feel like people just need to hear and understand the damages that these things do to people and prefer possible solutions. Let's curtail this whole bullying thing, right? Because it is the height of being mean, if I do say so myself. And I'm saying this, I'm telling you guys my story, and I'm talking about this because, like I said, I want it as much as possible to be curtailed. What do I mean by that? I'm talking directly to parents. Now, if you're a parent, you're watching me, this is that's fine. Like, you're in the right place. If you're, because we have children to go to school. There are children everywhere. So parents, if you're watching me, in fact, you've come to the right place. So how do we stop this thing? We can start stopping all of this or curtailing all of this from our children. Instill morals. I'm getting ahead of myself, but yeah, that's why I'm just talking about this thing, so that people can watch and learn and then help in one way or the other, right? So yeah, so I don't know. There was a time, I think it was last 2 years or 3 years and counting. I think it was about 2 years or so, 2 3 years. If I Is it up to four? I think it's about 3 years ago. Because I knew I was in uni, so 3 years. Let's just say 3 years. There was this trend. There was this thing that happened on social media. I think I first saw it on Instagram about, was it a boy or a girl that was bullied and beaten to death or something like that. And then the internet was buzzing about this thing, right? And I saw YouTubers, I came on YouTube and I saw YouTubers coming out to share their own story of how they were bullied in secondary school, their experiences of how they were body shamed, how they're just basically bullied. And I watched a couple of their videos. If you watch Lydia Stanley, for you guys that watch me that know Lydia Stanley, if you guys are real OGs, you must have seen the video that she posted when this trend was going on. And there's another YouTuber that I've watched that spoke about this bullying thing. If you guys know Adenike or Olore Shop on YouTube, I'll leave their handles on the screen so you guys can go and check them out. She spoke about hers too. Like, she spoke about how a child literally told her to her face. They were in secondary school, mind you. So yeah, children. How this child told her that she hates her. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I don't know if you guys can remember that year where people were jumping on the trend of, and I was just like, it's good to know that I wasn't alone, because I didn't, at that point I didn't have the courage to come on here and talk about it because I wasn't even sure of how I felt. Okay, and at that point in my life, I was still affected by it, in the sense that I knew that if I spoke about it, I might just end up crying or being emotional. So I wanted to get to a place where I'm totally over it, if that makes sense, and then I can talk about it comfortably without feeling a certain kind of way. That was why I didn't jump on the trend. But I'm here today to just give you guys one side of the story, how I was bullied, I was body shamed, how I dealt with my insecurities and whatnot. So that's all that's something you want to hear. Just stick around and let's get into the business of today. Alright guys, so as I told you guys in the previous clip, this YouTuber spoke about their experiences on bullying in secondary school. My own bully did not start from secondary school. My mom watches my channel, so I'm sure she would watch this video as well. And she'd be like, why didn't you say anything? Blah, blah, blah. So you mean you went through all of this? Yes, but let me just put this out there. So mine did start from secondary school. I've always been that child that people picked on right from nursery school. Yeah, I was in nursery school when this whole thing started. I think at that point in time, I was still struggling with my self-esteem because I didn't think I was pretty. Yeah, I didn't think I was pretty. I was still struggling with my self-esteem. I didn't used to mix up with kids so well. I was always keeping to myself. I didn't like people, crowd. I didn't know I had all of that. But thinking about it now, thinking back, I can't say what it was because I felt so uncomfortable even being in class. I didn't want to be noticed. I didn't want anybody to, as much as even ask my name and all of that. I just wanted to just be as if I'm in the class. I didn't have friends. Yeah, I didn't have friends. I was just so scared. I was overly scared of about different things that I can't even put my hands on right now, but I knew I was so scared. So my bullying started from nursery school, like I said. My classmates would always pick on me, call me names, laugh at me, and do all sorts. Yeah. So that started from nursery school. And because of that, it affected my performance. My mom is watching this video right now. She would attest to it in the comment section. At some point, my teacher had to call my mom to ask her what the problem was, because I wasn't performing. When it was time to write exams, I would literally just freeze. I wasn't able to write or do anything. I would literally submit my paper back the way it was given to me. So that was a problem, and my mom was invited to the school by my teacher. She told her everything that was going on. She was like, she doesn't understand. I'm not just performing. So my mom didn't know that it was as a result of bully, but as of that time, I was just terrified because of what was happening. So gradually, I started picking up. I went up until primary one. That thing kept on, right? My classmates would bully me, would call me names, would laugh at me, make fun of me. I didn't have any friends, so I was just always that lone ranger. So that continued up until, and because of that thing, that whole bully thing, right? It was affecting me mentally because I was still struggling in terms of performance in class. I would literally try to grasp what's happening in class, but for some funny reason, I can't. And I realized that I don't even know, I don't have the slightest clue what was being taught. I'm right there in the class, oh. I'm looking at the board, though. I'm seeing everything, oh. But when it's time for classwork or something, you guys, I don't know. My head just I think somebody's come and empty everything that is in my head. Do you know why? Because now that I'm talking about it, I know that why it was happening to me that way was because I was scared. I thought I was dull. I thought I was a dull student. I thought like I didn't know anything. That was why, you know, and plus the bully, the whole calling of name thing, being laughed at, compounded my situation. So I just gave up. I wasn't just even trying. So that kept happening up until primary three. I remember there was a time we were giving a classwork and it was math, and I'm not good at math. If my uncle watches my videos, if he sees this one, he say, "This girl, you have not changed." Because even when I was in secondary school, when I have math assignments, and I'm like, I don't like math, I don't like math, I don't like math. The way he used to look at me is one bombastic side. I asked, what are you saying? He's like, you keep saying you don't like math, you don't like math. How do you want to understand math if you keep saying you don't like math? And I was like, so he's like, I don't ever hear you say you don't like math again. So I wasn't even a math person. I didn't like math. So there was this time because this classwork, and I remember it was numbers. We were supposed to like write from 1 to 100 or 200 or something like that. And at some point I got stuck. So like I said, I didn't have friends. So I walked up to this group of girls in my class and then I asked them, I said, please, can you guys put me through? I am stuck at this point. And these girls looked at me and laughed in my face. They legit laughed in my face and just mocked me. So I went back to my seat, I sat down, and they continued laughing at me. And they didn't help either. So because I'm trying not to be emotional. So that was my story up until the time that I left that school. Yeah. Because for guys I don't know, I grew up in Kaduna. So I was in that school in Kaduna. And funny enough is that most of these people that bullied me that year or scarred me at that point in time, I know them. Some of them follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I know those people. So I don't know. I just feel I don't feel like saying anything because I mean I just choose to spare everything, right? So and funny enough, all those people that bullied me, yeah, let me tell you guys, all those people that bullied me, the ones that I know or I see on social media, to the glory of God, I'm actually doing way better than them. Some of them literally just graduated months ago. I'm done with my service. This can only be God. So it's actually not this life. Just don't treat people badly just because you have an edge or you're at advantage. For someone to come and ask you for help or for you to be nice to someone, it shouldn't be a hard thing for you because you don't know this life. You don't know what happens next. I'm telling you guys, most of these people, one girl, I don't call her name, she literally graduated some months ago and I'm like, are you serious? Really? Really? Right? I was really so like, for real? I'm done with my NYC or my service. I'm going for my master's. Like, see life. They went to federal or state universities. I went to private university. That's life for you. That's life for you. So, you guys, moving on. That happened up until when I left that school. And I came to Jos. That was when we relocated back to Jos from Kaduna. So I came to school here. I finished my primary school. Yeah, I finished primary school and all of that. And so I went to secondary school, obviously. So I got there and because I went to two secondary schools. The first one was a boarding house. The second one was a day school, even though they had like a boarding house. But my mom said we all be day students. So, but the first one I went was strictly a boarding house, right? It was a boarding house. And so, that mentality that I had from when I was a child, I wasn't pretty. I didn't have friends and all of that. The whole thing got into my head. And I was like, what's now? I was like a teenager now, and I still had that. I was still scarred from what happened to me in primary school. Yeah, so I was still scarred. I still was very sure that I wasn't pretty because I think at that time I was in JS1. I even had low cut. I cut my hair. You guys, I wasn't a size. I wasn't somebody you want to look at 2 times. I wasn't a size C. So yeah, it's all solidified things better. I was not pretty, I was ugly, I was not a bright student. That's why that was something that just kept ringing my subconscious. So I was in that boarding house. I won't call the name of the school, and I was still bullied again. Bully part two, because right now you have like seniors and you can't really see or do anything, because if you do anyhow, you see anyhow. Bullying was on an all-time high in my school. You guys, bullying was on an all-time high in my school. People thought the school is for Ajepotas, but it's a lie. The shade we used to see. What my eyes saw, my mouth cannot. So I had a mentality that wasn't pretty, neither did I know book. I was just for the record, I was an average student. I was neither terrible nor good. I was just in the middle. I was always an average student. So, however, at the beginning of my academic life, that was like my nursery school through primary school. When I was in KD, was trash. Yeah, I was literally one of the worst that year, but by the grace of God, I started picking up. That was when I entered secondary school now. I started picking up when I entered secondary school, yeah. So I just didn't used to have any self-esteem. I was always looking down on myself and all that. But it wasn't so bad to extent that people knew. It was not something that was going on in my head because of my experience from primary school. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that was just my case. It's not that when I see, like, when I'm around people from nowhere, I don't know where this is come from, but I just used to feel the need to cover up. Do you get? So nobody really knew that I was dealing with insecurities, or when nobody knew. It was just me. It was just in my head. So yeah, that happened, and we're bullied. God, I don't want to think about it, but it was a dark state. It was a really dark state. Seniors would call us, flog us. It was crazy, you guys. It was really crazy. But so that happened though, and another reason why I decided to make this video was I was talking to my friend one day, and we are talking about someone, and then she said, please, she was like, now, more, me, I don't even understand what this girl has been through. I'm just like, what do you mean by that? And then she's like, this particular girl, like, she's had people tell her in time past that she was ugly. Yeah. She had people come to her face and tell her, hold her, like, you are ugly, you are not fine, you are not pretty. This is why I say I don't know what generation of kids or children we are raising. And these things is not adults that is not adults that come and say the children. What am I talking of? This bully thing happens mostly from primary school to secondary school. That's why you have bullies. There comes a time that you are not fine, you're not pretty. So for someone to walk up and tell you that to your face, you guys know that to take a different toll on you. Because first of all, you're wondering why somebody will be so bitter and wicked enough to tell you such a thing to your face. When you yourself, you cannot create a human being. I don't know what kind of kids we are raising in this generation. Parents. So you guys can see how old am I? I'm 23 now. This thing that I just told you guys about in my primary school happened 2 decades ago. Over 2 decades ago, if I'm not mistaken. Do you get? Yeah, or less. I don't even know. But that shows that this bullying thing did not start just now. It started way back. And that is an error on the part of the parents, if you ask me. We need to see, you guys don't know that. I was telling somebody, I said, see, being a parent is not just feeding your child, providing the basic stuff for them, food, shelter, clothing. No, 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 no. That's not what parenting is. If that's all you're doing as a parent, you have already failed. Let me just tell you now. If that's what you're doing as a parent, that's what you think parenting is providing basic things for your child, you're not even, who are you? And it is people's kind that your children would come to school and bully people, scare people's children. People, grown women, I told you guys from the beginning of this video that I was talk about this bullying thing. Grown women were crying because this thing still is fresh in their memory. Because somebody's child somewhere scarred them back then, years ago, and it's still painful. They are talking and they are crying. Somebody's child is responsible for this thing. No? So I don't know what kind of children we are raising in this present age, day and time. Parents, please, I beg. It's not just go to school, give them food, give them clothes. No, teach your child. You guys say, that's how we're sending them to school. No, no. You as a parent, you teach that child. Your that child's first teacher. Yes, you sit your child down, tell them, explain what bullying is to them. Yes, define bullying to them, tell them what bullying is, and then tell them to not in their lives try it on anybody because it is bad. Make them understand how bad and terrible it is. Do you guys understand? Make them understand how terrible it is for anybody to bully anybody. Let them know. As you're teaching them the dangers of bullying and explain what bullying is to these children, you're teaching them how to stand up for themselves, how to defend themselves when bullied. I remember that year when all these things were happening in my parents' school. It was my younger sister that used to come and fight for me because I was too traumatized to even stand up for myself. Yeah, I was too traumatized to stand up for myself. Does that make sense? Yeah. I was scared, so scared that I could not even do like stand up for myself or defend myself. As far as you're teaching your child, don't bullying is bad, they are telling the child, if at all you find yourself in a situation whereby you feel like you're being bullied, having explained or giving them scenarios of what bullying is, teach them how to defend themselves. So, because now looking back, I wish I was able to defend myself. Maybe I'd have gotten, I wouldn't have been this pained, or it wouldn't have had this much effect on me because I knew that I stood up for myself at some point. So teach them, stand up for yourself. Don't let anybody say hurtful stuff to you. Don't let anybody talk to you anyhow. Don't take rubbish and nonsense from anybody. If anybody treats you in a way that is unkind, do this, do that. Teach them. I'm not saying teach them to be aggressive. Are you understanding me? I'm not saying teach them to be aggressive. I'm saying teach them to defend themselves when faced with such things. Parents, please tell your children, don't, my child, if you have a child and I mistakenly hear that you were involved in, or you as much as even had anything to do with anybody's child's downfall, that day you will know that. Let me stop there. But yeah, so you need to discipline your children, teach them these things, and people think that is when the child is old enough, or they wait till the child is old enough to know left from right, that they now start trying to train or discipline this child. It will shock you because they will change it for you. Why? Because when you're supposed to do it, when they could be easily be bent as children, you did not do it. It's not that full-grown adults that want to do it. They will shock you. They will shock you because they'll give back to you basbos. Yeah, so you do it from when they are children, when they can still be bent, when they can. You see them exhibiting certain kind of traits or qualities. You spank or flog them. Yes, I tell people, I say, see, it's not everything that you flog, you beat. There are certain things that let me calm down. I'm talking too fast. There are certain things a child will do that will determine what you should do to that child, whether to flog, spank, punish, or scold. It depends on what that child does. Use your discretion. For me, I know that there's some things that my child will do that I'll scold. Yeah, I'll scold. There's some things that child will do that I will flog shaggy come for your body. There's some things that you do that I will put, in fact, in your life. So accordingly, you employ this discipline. So, because if you keep beating the child every time, if you keep beating, the child will go immune to it, and you won't heed to it anymore. So you don't just beat without wisdom. So, as a parent, use your discretion when you feel like you need to beat shege. Remember, I used to tell my mom used to tell my teachers back then when we were in school. She asked them, hope this child is not giving you headache. They'll say no. So if he does anyhow, flog him in our presence. She will tell our child to flog us if you do anyhow. So we know I cannot go to school and behave anyhow. So parents, please borrow that leaf. It's not that who beats my child, who beats my child, why do you beat my child? What did your child do? Do you understand? These teachers are put in place to help discipline these children. Do you get? I'm not saying they should beat to the extent that it will land them in hospital, or to beat to the point of, okay, it's not abuse, not even beating or flogging or even correcting, not beating, sorry, scrap that out. Where you'd flog a child, or you discipline a child to the extent that it should land the child in the hospital. I'm not talking about that. But you're fighting against people trying to correct your child. You have a problem. And that child will come back to be a problem. It's not just you, but the society at large. Do you understand? So you guys should, parents, people should not be, let your blood not be boiling when you hear that your child was being disciplined. What you do, you ask the child, what did you do, right? You hear from the mouth of the teacher, what did this child do? Because this thing are rubbing from people, whether I like it or not. Back to my gist, I digress. These people are talking about how they're bullied. And for Adenike's own Olori Esho, you guys that know her, she was talking about how there was this girl that just did not like her. Yeah. How would a child have that kind of mind? I thought children were supposed to be pure-hearted, children that you beat now, or you flog now, or you scold now, the next minute they're coming back to you because they're children. So how is a child, right, or a teenager, or a teenager that how can a teenager have that kind of heart that you go to the extent of telling somebody's child that you hate that child? Till tomorrow, Adenike cannot forget this thing. Till tomorrow, she cannot forget what this child did to her, and doesn't tell well or speak good on anybody at all. So please, parents, let's do. I'm saying let's like I'm a parent. I'm not a parent yet. Parents, please do your due diligence, right? Play a part in raising the children. Don't just allow society or push it to the school teachers to raise your child for you. You're the one as a parent that will do the most part of it. If you want to help your child in life, and if you want your child to have a seamless journey in life, because all these characteristics you start correcting from when they are small, like I said. So you guys, you can imagine children telling somebody you're ugly, you're not pretty, you're not beautiful. I have had somebody tell me before that I was fat. That year when I had showed down my channel to the first few videos, you guys would see that I was way fatter than I am now. You guys see that I was really, really fat. I was on the big side. And at that point in my life, there was this guy that told me to my face one day. To think that I actually thought I had a soft spot for this guy. He opened his mouth to tell me that I was fat. It was like it's like you don't know that you're big or you're fat. He said something like that, and I said, I need pay. So you can imagine body shaming people. Please, Nigerians, let's can we just stop it? Body shaming people, saying mean stuff to people. I beg, this thing breaks people. You guys have no idea what this thing does to people mentally and psychologically. Stop it. Someone is you guys don't even know that person is dealing with that particular thing. So how is that you open your mouth to now tell the person that the person is this, person is that? Can't you keep quiet? Can't you keep your mouth shut? If you cannot keep your mouth shut, then you learn to filter words. It's not everything that comes to mind that you just say like that. Are you understanding me? Till tomorrow, I've not still confronted this guy about this thing, and I won't, because why, right? Let him just go his way. I'll go my way. So let's learn to stop hurting people with our words, pointing out their insecurities. Let people live and let live. Be cool, I beg. Most of us is these things that we're doing is what our children see, and they do take it out on other people's children. You have to be an example to your child first, because you guys know that these children see is what you do that child would actually replicate or repeat. Do you guys understand? So please, I beg, we as adults, let's learn to behave like adults. Does that make sense? It's not everything that you see you say. Keep quiet, even if it's in your face, even if it's glaringly clear. Shut up. Zip it. Keep quiet. It's not everything that I see you say. Oh, this thing you don't learn in school. It's common sense. I don't know why I should come telling some people. Some grown adults still don't know this. That's not everything that I see. That I see. So some things you, it's not your business. Keep quiet. The person is adding weight. Fine. Keep quiet. If you want to help, you pray for the person, because these things that you say passively, these things go back to haunt people, and you're haunting people at the end of the day. So why? Please, let's just cut it. I hope you guys could tell from when I started preferring solutions to this bully thing. If you guys missed it, I said it in the previous clip, how parents should do well in educating their children on morals, how to behave, how to be treated, how to stand up for themselves, and all of that. Those were the solutions that I preferred, please, to curtail this thing from happening to more children out there. Okay. And that was the time I started standing up for myself. That was when I started becoming more outspoken, because I realized I couldn't let people just bully me or talk to me anyhow anymore. I was fed up of people talking to me anyhow, doing as they please, stepping on me, walking on me. I was tired. And then I decided, sometimes there's some situations push you, or bring out certain things that you didn't know you had it in you. And that was my story, really. That's why you guys heard me say or talk about not taking rubbish and nonsense. I won't oh. I will not oh, because that era has passed. People that knew me before think, think that I'm still that same person. In a lie, if you try now, you go collect, because enough is enough. That being said, please, I've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys have learned something. If there are parents that are watching me, potential parents, even better, bring up your child the right way, so the society doesn't, or so that child doesn't become a problem to people around you and not just to you, because that child will still come back and become a problem to you yourself if you don't do something about it, right? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've come to the end of this video. Hope you guys have learned something. Hope I made sense in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So that's my story, and I put it out there now. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do all of those good stuff. I'll see you guys. Please, please, bikonu, don Allah, kui hakuri, kutemekeni. Let's help each other. Help me grow this channel. How can you help me grow this channel? By liking my video. Like these videos, please. Okay, let's help each other. Okay, so please don't forget to like. As you're watching, please just like it. Please, I beg you, just click on the like icon below. Please like my videos. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in my next video.